Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my co-reporters, or if you're new here, welcome newbie. You know the drill, you guys, right? Where are you watching from, and what would you rate this episode? Part 2 of the Teen Mom OG, Young and Pregnant Hybrid Reunion Special, Season 9. Let me know in the chat, but in the meantime, let me just browse through some of your comments while we get this part. Did you guys see that? Hang on. Kim, I'm going to put your comment back up. They did an upgrade to this StreamYard situation because that did not look the way that I remember it looking. Very cool. Nice to have you guys here. Hi, Tam. I see some of my VIP premium co-reporters in the building. Princess Tia. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of you guys are currently reacting to the title, which is Macy okay? Because yeah, she seemed very off in part 2 of the reunion special, which is very odd to me because in part 1, she seemed perfectly normal, perfectly fine, and perfectly sober. So I really don't know what happened, what the difference is between her in part 1 and her in part 2. But there definitely was a difference. Whether you were a Macy fan or not, you've got to be, if you're honest, you will admit, in my opinion, that there was a difference. A lot of people assume that she was drunk or something like that, but I'm not sure that I'm ready to say that. I just do want to note, though, that there was definitely something off about her demeanor, her slurred speech, etc., etc. But I am getting too far ahead of myself on that. Shan and Ben is here, everybody. Hi, Shan. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, watch Shan's reaction to the Teen Mom Family Drama trailer. Definitely make sure to head over to her channel and watch that. It was so good. Okay, so I'm seeing you guys. Bay Area, Chicago, 7.5. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Diane says, we don't watch them. That's why we've got you. True girl. So I am going to do my best to recap it. Hi, Adar. Welcome. Chicago, Chi-Town. You know what? I never watched the show, but I heard he just got convicted and he faces up to 40 years in jail. Yes. Hi, from Canada, or maybe even specifically Ottawa. I hope you guys are staying warm over there. I heard it was freezing. Virginia, West Virginia. Amazing, you guys. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you. And thank you so much again for reminding me, Princess Tia. If you guys haven't watched any of the season or anything like that, and you do want to watch it online, make sure to get a VPN and then set it to Canada so you can go to ctv.ca and watch full episodes of the show. I've got an affiliate link to the one I use in the description box down below. I used to have another one called Tunnel Bear, but it doesn't work on the MTV CTV. That's why I switched to Express, and that's the only one that I'm currently able to recommend to you guys. So why don't we kick it off right from the very top of the episode for this recap? We pick back up with Amber Portwood. Kung Fu Portwood is still out there trying to cause a scene to seem like the most involved, caring mother on the planet. But if she were those things, then she would have been up to date about the fact that her daughter is in therapy, right? Hang on, you guys. Let me grab my charging cable. I always forget to plug this damn computer in. I'm so bad at that. Okay, so she's over here claiming, listen, I have educated myself too much. I've learned too much. Sis, you took like 3 courses in your university so far, okay? Like, let's calm it down. You don't have a PhD. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop it. So she's saying that, like, with all of her education, which is like 3 classes so far, she is certain that no therapist, no psychiatrist, no counselor would ever tell a child or allow a child to get into therapy and not tell the mother what it is that they are doing. Guys, is that true or is that false? I know a lot of you guys work in the mental health space and everything. So if you work there, please give me your expertise. Is that true or is that false? I am personally leaning towards that being false because, listen, if the child needs therapy specifically because of the mother, then why the heck would a therapist insist on the mother being notified about that, right? Like, if the mother is abusive or neglectful, why would the therapist insist that the mother knew? And in general, like, when you go to therapy anyway, there's, client practitioner privilege or whatever is confidential. Like they're not supposed to say anything. So why, just because she's a child, does her right to privacy have to be violated? When you go to a therapist, does the therapist tell you, oh, does your mom know you're here? Does your sister know you're here? Does your brother know you're here? Does your dad know you're here? Like, you know what I mean? Like what the heck? Oh, Guatemala. Hi, Jaleesa. I didn't know you were from Guatemala. That's so cool. Alaska. I always said I wanted to go visit Alaska. So it was just such BS on Amber's part. And she sounded so dumb. Like, this is the woman who wants to get, what is it? A doctorate, a PhD in mental health counseling. And she's over here peddling this nonsense, this fake news, this fake tea, this fake everything. Amanda, thank you so much for the super chat. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got another oh, it's the same Amanda. Me after 6 years. You see, she's acting like she is the expert, and it's just not true. What she's saying to me is it's harmful, right? And it's fake, and it's just not true. She really should watch it. And I was surprised that Dr. Drew did not immediately correct her on that. One thing I noticed was that Amber was parroting back what it was that Dr. Drew said in part 1 of the reunion, which was that he was accusing Gary of allowing a 12-year-old to run the whole like therapy game for him. And that wasn't fair. And that's what Amber parroted back at the very beginning of part 2. And so, you know, she's not cursing, but she's yelling. She's telling Christina, like, imagine if that was your kid. How would you feel? Well, Christina's not out here neglecting her kid. Her kid doesn't need therapy from her. So she can't put herself in your shoes. She can't relate. Like, you know, this whole deadbeat thing. Sorry, but I can't relate. That's probably what Christina should have said. But she is just too damn nice to say that, okay? So, you know, at this point, they decide to just, you know, grab Christina, say, listen, since Amber is already addressing you, let's just get you up here on the stage with the two of us. And what happens? All of them get on stage together, and Amber sings a different tune. She claims that she loves Christina today and respects her today, starting from now, right? And Christina just repeats what it was that Gary had said, which is that, sorry, hang on, hold that thought. We've got a psychotherapist here. Hi, Nailsha, a psychotherapist. How amazing is that? You know how much education goes into becoming a psychotherapist? One of my friends' cousin is a psychotherapist, and the amount of schooling that these people have to get, it's incredible. Psychotherapist here. It's ethical to tell both parents, but if she has no legal custody, then we don't have to tell. Okay, thank you so much for this. Does Amber have legal custody of Leah? I think she still does have legal custody of Leah, right? Right. Guys, can you correct me on this? Does Amber still have custody of Leah? She might not. I don't know. Oh my God, I feel so out of date on this. But I'm going to keep this pinned up for you guys to help me with this. So, and my guess is that Amber does not have legal custody. Like, what is the situation? Why is it like, is Gary getting Leah together with Amber sometimes just out of like, you know, wanting them to, okay. So I'm saying, I don't think so. Gary has legal. So based on that, then no, he didn't need to tell her. And that needed to be addressed, especially by Dr. Drew, someone who works in this field as well. No, she has visitation. Thank you guys. Thank you, you guys. Yes. State of California. Okay. Thank you. See, that's why I love going live. I really get to collaborate with you guys because you guys remember all the stuff that I don't. And then some of you guys have jobs that I never had. So like, you know, this stuff from like, you know, the expert perspective. We've got a therapist here too. Hi, Brooke, therapist. Yay for the mental health practitioners. Technically, you need the parent who has custodial rights to consent to therapy. It's best practice to have both informed, but not necessary in circumstances. And I guess this might be one of those circumstances where they were not obligated to tell Amber about it. And so Christina re-explains exactly what it was that Gary said, which is that Leah specifically did not want her to know yet that she was taking these steps, and she is taking these steps so that she could do her part. And I hate to even put it that way, in, you know, getting their relationship a little bit closer than what it is currently. Okay. By the way, you guys, I want to say something a little bit later on in the episode. I want to drop something. It's a little bit shady. So please, let's get these likes up. I'm going to get a first class ticket to hell when I share this GIF that I want to share with you guys a little bit later. And like, I need to afford that ticket, and I'm going to afford that ticket via YouTube likes. Okay. So please, let's get those likes up so that I can drop that damn GIF. It came to my head a little bit later. It'll make sense. Okay. So I see right now we're at 47. That's it. 400 of you, and we only have 47 likes. Let's get this to maybe 100. Let me be nice. 100 or 110 likes. We'll see how I feel. And then I will drop that GIF, that shady GIF. Okay. So at this point, Amber's like, okay, fine. I get it from Christina's perspective, even though she's just repeating exactly what it was that Gary was saying. And so she admits that she loves Christina and feels lucky to have her in her life. And then this is where we get into Maci Bookout. So guys, yes or no? Did Macy seem like she was under some sort of influence when she hit the stage? Yes or no? Please let me know you guys are fast. I see we're already at 118 likes. Y'all want that GIF. You guys are shady. You want to send me to hell. Oh, I like it. Don't worry. I will drop it when I get to that part of the recap. Okay, you got it, you guys. So yes or no? Did Macy seem under the influence? When Rachel said, hi, you're both high. It really did seem off. She really, truly did seem off. But okay, so now what do you guys think it was? Was it maybe alcohol? Because she is known to be a bit of a heavy drinker on the show ever since that season where she got pregnant with Maverick. Or is it from maybe something she's been prescribed with to help her manage her PTSD symptoms? I don't know what it is, which is why I don't want to say that she was on alcohol or anything like that. But to Polly Pocket's point, it's been known that in the reality TV world, and I did a stint in the reality TV world once, or was it? No, it was a talk show thing. Backstage, they give alcohol, right? Like behind the scenes, they give people alcohol because when people get on alcohol, they are bolder than they normally are. And when someone is more bold than normal, what happens? You get good television. You get crazy television. You get people acting out of character and being so damn dramatic. Thank you, JJ. I'm telling you guys, retinol is the truth. So it very well could have been, but I don't know for sure. But something was definitely off with Macy, and yeah, like it was. I don't know. Alina, thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, good evening from Finland. So you're in my time zone, right? I am 6:13 over here. You look great as always. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you here. You know what? I have an auntie in Finland and I really want to come down there at some point. So, okay, you guys, some people are seeing maybe it could be high, maybe it can be drunk, maybe it could be both. I don't know. But Macy, girl, you were all the way off in this. Like there were slurred speech. And then she gets to telling this story that did not make any sense. Like Dr. Drew asked her a question about, I don't even know what he asked her a question about, like what she learned about herself this season, I believe it was. And then she goes, I realized what I thought homesickness was. And that story came out of nowhere. Why did she start talking about homesickness? Like, what did that have to do with the question? Homesickness was not even covered in this. Like, was it covered? Like, homesickness from what? Like, what? It gave me Farrah flashbacks. Remember, like when Farrah would talk and we would not know what the heck it was that she was talking about? Like, that's what I got from it. Like, and then like as she was telling the story, which like didn't even make any kind of sense or anything like that, the ordinary retinol in 5%, but it might be different for different people. Like do patch testing. Like it was a mess. Like I didn't understand where the hell she was going with the story. And then I really truly noticed that she was slurring her words and having a difficult time talking. It reminded me of like, when I would get lit, like, when you go get lit and you're having fun with your girls, and then I don't know why, maybe you meet some like fun other girls in the bathroom. This happened to me last weekend. I was out with some girls dipping it and doing it. And then I was like in the bathroom, and then these two other girls come in and they're complimenting me on my hair. And then we just started talking. They're like, oh, your accent, blah, blah, tu viens d'où? I was like, je suis Canadienne. And they're telling me like their stories about like, Canada or how they want to visit or this or that. And like, I'm trying to like talk or like this or that, share a story, but I'm so lit. Like I don't even know what I was talking about, and of course, probably your speech is a little slurred. So that is the vibe that I got from Macy in this scene. So I was like, okay. But again, this can happen to people who, are on medication. Maybe it slows you down a little bit. I don't know. So I don't want to say like for certain that she was drunk or anything like that. But like, yeah, maybe it was fair juice. I don't know. But something was definitely off when it came to Macy. And she was just, like you say, Priscilla, she was just so lost in this conversation that like to get out of it, like what happened? She starts crying and Dr. Drew, he's like, okay, this is a little bit of a mess. So what I think I'm going to do is try to clear this up for you, Macy. Did you guys catch that? Dr. Drew is like trying to have her back. He's like, listen, I'm trying to summarize it. What I think you mean is, but then like it still did not really explain why she was even sharing a story about homesickness, because when did Macy leave home? Like, when did the kids leave home? Who was homesick? Who was homesick, you guys? Like, where did this story come from? I literally have no idea. She was speaking cursive. That is so funny. I love saying that. But yes, she really seemed off. Okay, you guys. Oh, Caroline, it's perfect you asked me this question because I was just about to say it. I would share a clip, but these Viacom people, these MTV, these T-Mom people are such pricks, you guys. Every time I do a live or do a video and include even like 10 seconds of them, they flag my video, get it taken down, and I have to go through an appeal process for weeks just to get it back up over like a 10-second clip. Okay. Like it's so irritating. So that's unfortunately why I can't. But listen, get yourself a VPN. I've got a link to an affiliate link to the one that I use in the description box down below. And then check out that scene for yourself. Part 2, when Macy is up there with Dr. Drew. So my question to you guys then is, if Macy was lit or on medication or whatever, why did she not seem this way in part 1? In part 1, she was normal. So what happened? Like, was it like that she went backstage and then like they were just like, partying back there, but no one else seemed this way? Like, I really am curious about what could have happened to Macy between part 1 and part 2 that had her acting, a little strange like. But interesting enough, when Taylor comes out, initially she still seems a little bit lit and everything. She was still acting kind of weird, and Taylor seemed a little bit anxious about it. If you look really closely, this guy is clasping his hands so hard that, like his knuckles were so tight and so white from the tension that he was putting on them. And I was wondering, is he anxious about being here on the reunion stage? He doesn't really like filming these things, or is he anxious because he knows his wife is drunk or high? I don't know. I'm not saying either way. And he's nervous that she might embarrass herself, embarrass him, or embarrass her family, because remember, we did see those scenes of those like kind of like really low moments of their marriage, which interesting enough weren't really all that brought up in the reunion thing. Dr. Drew just said, I don't understand why you guys were getting help for your marriage. And it was kind of like odd to me. Because like we saw very well the problems that they were having, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know. But anyway, like they don't really ask about it, but he did seem a little bit tense. But then it gets a little bit weird because Macy all of a sudden didn't seem to be lit anymore. She didn't seem to be high or drunk or whatever it is that she was, if she was anything. She didn't seem to be that anymore once it got time to talk about her love languages and what it is that she requires to feel like happy, and connected in a relationship. For her, physical touch is everything. Smack her booty, kiss her on the cheek, and you guys are all good. Did anybody notice that as well? Or did you feel like she was off the entire segment? Because to me, I don't know. It seemed like half and half. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, she definitely seemed to be back to herself by the end of that segment. Maybe it was a really long segment that they filmed. And listen, if you're like drunk or whatever, like eventually you sober up. So maybe she sobered up by that point. Okay. Then next up, we get Mckenzie Mckee and Josh talking about their toxic marriage. Oh my God. So like they just gloss over everything. They say, oh, I don't remember. It was such a blur. I really don't remember like talking about how I don't want to be with this man anymore for the millionth time. And then they claim that everybody on social media doesn't want them to be together, but it's not for nothing. Like Mckenzie, you're out here spilling your dirty laundry about how you're cheating on each other like crazy. You're over here every other day talking about how you don't want to be with this man. So I don't even know that it's social media that doesn't want you guys to be together, or if it's you. I think it's her. And I think that she is deflecting onto Hess. Sis, you're the one who said in 4K that you don't want to be with this man. How was she not asked about that? Right? Like, I found that bizarre. Like, there's so many like good questions that these people could have been asked, but like they were never asked the proper questions. I'm still shook. Oh, hang on. Let me sip this and put it down. I'm still shook over the fact that Rachel Beaver was sitting up there after introducing her child to a random man that she was in a relationship with for a couple of weeks and forcing her to call him daddy and refusing to allow her to call her own real dad dad, and that she was letting this man cuddle with her child, put her to bed and everything. Like, how was that never talked about? Like, it's so weird to me. That's what I really can't stand about these reunion specials. You know what I mean? So Mckenzie then tells a story about Bronx's traumatic birth and everything. Okay. And I did not know this story. Like, I felt very sad hearing about it. Bronx was born with 3 holes in his heart. She wasn't even supposed to give birth. She went in for a routine appointment, and then they get her to an emergency C-section to deliver the baby. And then after he's born, after he's taken out, they just leave with him. They don't give her a status update on him. She didn't know if he was dead or alive for 8 hours or anything like that. And then, thank you, Brianna. This is what I wanted to ask for you guys who had these kinds of situations in birth or anything like that. Is it normal? Like, I think I can understand a baby being pried off you and taken to emergency surgery or emergency whatever it is that they need to do with the baby. But is it normal for them to not give you any kind of status update? Like, by the way, Teresa, I'm so sorry you're missing out on the notifications. You know what I think I need to do, you guys? I see a lot of these YouTubers having texting communities, or maybe I need to like revamp my email list or something. I don't know, but I do need to work on that for the notifications because so they're not always going out. I'm so sorry for that, but I'm glad to have you here. Is it normal to not get a status report? Because I could have sworn that at least every couple of hours, at least, a nurse or a doctor or like a resident physician, I don't know, would have come in to give them an update. And then on top of that, I thought it was very strange that she was not able to hold him for the first week of his life. I really hope that that's not true because that sounds really sad. That sounds really traumatizing, not only for Mckenzie and Josh, but also for the baby as well, right? Like, the baby needs that skin to skin. They always want you to have that immediately. So the idea that this baby didn't have that for the first week of his life is very scary to me, for the baby and for the parents. That sounds horrible. That sounds tough. That sounds really detrimental to their bond and everything like that. Shan says that wouldn't happen in Canada, right? Like, don't nurses come in or doctors or resident physicians come in and say what is happening every couple of hours? Like, I've been in the hospital with like some family members and stuff, and like, they had surgery or this or that. And then every couple of hours, or every couple of minutes or something, like every 30 minutes, I don't know, someone would come in and give like a really good update about like how it went or what it went, or like they're checking for this, or they're like, a whole week? How does that happen? That does not sound very reasonable to me, you guys. It does not. Let me read Portia's comment here. I had preeclampsia, and as soon as she was born, they took her, although they let me see her for 1 second before they took her. She was 7 weeks early, so I get it. And when they took the baby, did they at least tell you like what was happening, update you regularly and everything? Like, what was the next thing I was going to say? I am always thinking about 10 things at once and I blank out. Like, was it the same thing? Like, did the baby stay away from you for a week and everything as well? Please let me know. I really like getting you guys' firsthand accounts of these. And then, by the way, you guys, after that, we get her father having a personal segment. Listen, I am sure he is a nice man and everything like that, but I was just not interested in his own segment. You know what I mean? Here's what I think. I feel like the teen mom world really exploits Mackenzie's parents for like, you know what I mean? Like, her first season was all about her mom, slowly transitioning from this life due to the cancer that she was diagnosed with. And now they're really, giving a huge spotlight on her father based on like his illnesses and his depression and stuff like that. And I don't know, like, I feel like with Mckenzie, they're really asking her to bleed for this show, introduce her whole family, all of their struggles, all of their pains in it. But listen, I watch Teen Mom for the teen moms, not really like their parents and stuff like that all that much. So I kind of skipped through it. I'm sorry. So you know how you guys all gave me those thumbs up so that I could buy myself a first class ticket to hell later. Here it goes, okay? So, Kayla is the next segment, you guys, and we get these flashbacks of her ex, Stefan, talking about how he is going to grind for his son and everything. And all I could keep thinking is how the hell did Kayla get with this man? Like, I just don't see it at all, especially like Kayla. Like, to me, she was kind of in her prime here. Like, she looked so beautiful. This hair color suits her a lot better than the dark or the blondes that she's experimented with. This, like, she looked gorgeous to me. So when I was watching her scenes and this man talking about how he's going to grind for her son and how the sight of Kayla disgusts him, whew, all I could think of is how much every time I see Stefan, he reminds me of somebody. You guys, I'm so scared. Please don't come for me now. Let me finish the stream before you send me to hell, Lord. All I could think of is how much he looks like. Oh my God, I'm shaking, you guys. This man. Every time I see this man on the screen, all I'm thinking is, look at me. I'm the captain now. Oh my God. Look what you guys did to me. Look what you guys did to me with all of those likes that you submitted. Please keep those likes going up. The higher my like count, maybe I can get a private jet to hell or something like that, because this is a mess. This is honestly, imagine this man telling you that the sight of you disgusts him. Honestly, I'd be like, let me off right here on the goddamn highway. I can't. Let me off right here. Oh my God. Okay, there you go, you guys. I said it. Am I the only one? Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks this. Don't you guys see this too? Don't you guys see this too? Come on. Just jumping out of the car, out of the window, like something. I am tucking and rolling because no, are you kidding? And you said that to me on camera? As cute as I am, let me put up Kayla. Kayla, you were so pretty. What are you doing, girl? Like, really? I look like this and you're telling me that? And you look like this? Okay. The sight of me disgusts you. Please, you can only be so blessed. Okay, so now moving along. Listen, you guys, I don't have much time before the devil comes knocking for me, okay? So moving right along. Kayla is on the couch and her advisor is shy. You guys are so funny. And her advisor is Cheyenne. I'm seeing some of your comments. Kiki, come on. You know what? I think I've got a jet going for me at this time. You can share it with me, girl. So Cheyenne is giving her some advice, and I felt like Cheyenne was the only OG to give real legitimate advice. She's like, listen, I don't know why the hell you guys are in a relationship if you're gonna just keep on cheating on each other. And I felt like, listen, she's right. She is absolutely right. Why the heck are these two continuing on with their relationship if they are just going to keep on cheating on each other? It really does not make any sense, at all. And then Cheyenne actually asked her, Kayla, why do you guys keep cheating on each other? You know, she's like, I don't understand why you guys keep cheating on each other. And Kayla did not have an answer. So here's where I need you guys' help. Was she claiming that Luke cheated on her again after she revenge cheated? Because if he cheated on this girl again after she revenge cheated, I'm sorry, but Kayla, you deserve to cheat right back then. If you're not going to leave this relationship, you deserve to cheat right back. Tag, you're it. No, tag, you're it. That's what they're playing with the relationship at this point. So Kayla, you're up. Look how good you look, girl. Look how good you look. Come on. Are you kidding me? It just does not make any sense. So Cheyenne asked the question why they keep, why they keep cheating on each other. And she just stares at her. She does not answer the question, which I thought was a little bit strange. And then a little bit after that, Dr. Drew, what happened? So Dr. Drew asked if they're still together or if they're still living together. And she goes, yeah, our lease is up in 2 months. What I got from this, when I read between the lines of this woman saying, yeah, we're still living together, and then gratuitously adding that their lease is up in 2 months, Is that the expiration date for her relationship? 2 months from when they shot this reunion? When did they shoot the reunion? I know they recently posted on Instagram a little thirst trap together, a couple's thirst trap that they're still together or whatever. But has it been 2 months yet? I want to know, because that was the vibe that I got from her adding out of nowhere, unprovoked, that they have 2 months left on their lease. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. I thought that was a little bit interesting. And so Dr. Drew actually tells her, listen, I'm worried about you because it feels like you are sliding down a hill, like you were regressing further and further the more that I speak to you. And it kind of is true, right? Like Kayla seems to kind of just be going with the flow in her own relationship. She doesn't really see, like, I don't know, like it really seems like this guy and the other guy, this guy beat her self-esteem to the ground so much that she is just going along with it because she doesn't feel like she can do any better. And I really hate to see that happen. I really do hate to see that happen. And she does tear up about this. She's like, I really don't know like what is happening with her life at this point. So she doesn't really know what is happening with her life. And yeah, it makes me sad. I would love to see her get some kind of individual therapy for this situation, because it is very clear, especially with two men cheating on her while she's pregnant, which is like the worst time ever to cheat on somebody. That obviously did a number on her. And yeah, I would love to see that. And so Cheyenne tells her, I would love to see you learn your self-worth. And again, there she is giving amazing advice to Kayla, and I really hope that Kayla takes it to heart. And then Dr. Drew asks her if she wants to continue along with a relationship, and she goes, yeah, but not if he keeps going like this. So when she says that, I think it kind of answers the question, which is that maybe, just maybe, Luke did cheat on her again after the whole like counseling stuff, and she already cheated back. Like, to me, it's, I don't know, it's so sad. She could do so much better. I really don't get it. This guy seems so toxic. Like, why get with this woman who already had a child and go have another child with her just to create this toxic situation? Like, people like this should just stay alone, stick with your little basketball, mind your own business. You never should have gotten with this girl. You never should have gotten her pregnant. Now you were the father figure to her child, and look what you're doing. This relationship, sorry, but I don't think it can survive all of this infidelity. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. All of this stuff is playing out on the show. It's playing out on a national platform. And so she's clowning her. She's clowning him, both of their families, like, this is horrible. This really is. I don't see it lasting much longer. Can they push? I think that they could push through to mid 2022 or the end of 2022, but not much longer than that. And again, here's Cheyenne with more good advice. She says, listen, if you guys can't just like keep it good with each other without all this cheating stuff, all of these cheating games, then I think that you need to just go your separate ways and learn how to co-parent, because it just does not seem like you're happy. And they really did not seem like a happy couple at all. Every time I see this guy, I see Bow Wow. It's so wild to me how much he looks like him. He should have been Bow Wow for Halloween, because he really does look like him. So I was glad to see Cheyenne like call it like she sees it. She's not walking on eggshells around these people or anything like that. And I love that for her. So next up, we get Kaya. Oh my God, this girl gives me a headache. But damn if she did not look good at this reunion. Her hair was amazing. Her makeup was amazing. Her dress was amazing. It all was so beautiful on her. And then Tiesha actually looked really cute too, with her own little kind of tomboyish style. So I thought they looked really nice together. Like, I really loved the dress on Kaya and everything. And so their segment was so heavy, you guys. Okay, like their segment was really, really heavy, and it made me quite sad. So let me pull up my notes, what I had about them. So let's see. Tiesha, I actually found out, because remember, you guys, I did not watch Young and Pregnant prior to this season. I tried maybe 1 episode or 2 episodes prior to the season, but I wasn't into it before, which is so dumb because it's so good. And so I found out through the flashbacks that they gave up to the beginning, and I'm so happy they did this because a lot of us are just tuning in now, right? It turned out, and you guys had said this to me in the comment section when I would do my live streams, but yeah, it turned out that these two were an on and off again relationship, and they were cheating on each other the same way that Luke and Kayla were cheating on each other. And Tiaja had cheated on Kaya. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Those of you who've been watching it from the beginning, I don't know who cheated first, but from the preview, it looked like Tiaja had cheated on Kaya as Kaya's dad was dying. And so Kaya wound up cheating with that guy, Xavion, and getting pregnant with Amour. And then they ultimately wound up getting back together, then breaking up again. But Tiaja has always been there for Amour as his only father figure, kind of, or like other parent figure. I don't know. But like she's always been there for the baby. And to me, I'm like, wow, like that is really amazing that you're still there despite all of the messiness that was in your kind of relationship timeline and everything. Okay. So okay, let me see. Okay, you guys are saying that it's right. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Okay, so Tiaja cheated first. So I guess maybe she's still staying out of guilt for what it was that she did. I don't know, but that is the tea over there. And then it turns out that they're living together now. I guess those checks cleared and they got their own place, or I don't know if Tiaja moved into Kaya's mom's apartment. I'm not sure. Look at those nails right here when she crosses her hands. That's so interesting. Huh. So I don't know if they're sharing the mom's apartment or if they got their own apartment together or something like that. But yes. So it turns out that they're living together, but they are not in a relationship. And it was very interesting when Tiaja says, even when we're off, we're on. So I guess they're not together, but here they are. I don't know. Like the whole thing, it gives me a headache. Like they're so young. Like, why are they doing this? They are so young. So what's the point? Like, just move on. If it's not working, move on. Move on. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. I see Chris is saying that she wants it to work out. Okay, you guys. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's a mess. They really are a mess, but I digress. Listen, they both, well, Kaya has her mom at least, and they're very close, but Tiaja doesn't have either parent. So I can see why she would stick around. And then Kaya kind of is obsessed with Tiaja. So I guess I can see it from her perspective too, why she is still around. Yeah, it's a mess. Okay, so they decide to just get into the drama, the drama and the trauma, let's say. So I was really heartbroken when Kaya talked about her father's passing and how she kind of blames herself for it. I was like, wow, how do you, as a child, blame yourself for your father's passing? Well, the story was that her father invited her to go to a game, like a basketball game, a soccer game, a baseball game, I don't know, but a ball game. And she couldn't go that night, or she didn't want to go. And so instead of going to the game, the father went and got high with his friends. And he got high off of fentanyl. And we all know how deadly fentanyl is, right? So he wound up having a Fenty overdose and passing away. And so Kaya blames herself by saying, listen, if I had gone to the game, he would not have gone with his friends and he would not have passed away. But here's where she's flawed. Kaya, it's not your fault that the man was even messing with drugs in the first place. You know, you're just a child. And then second of all, sure, maybe he would not have died that night, but he would have died another night eventually anyway if he was still messing around with these drugs. So really, like she can't blame herself. She really should not blame herself. She has nothing to do with it at all. And yeah, you guys, what is 757? I forgot where this girl lives. But yeah, like I don't know, like it made me really, really sad to hear that she blamed herself for it. And I thought they did a really good job of pairing her with Amber, because Amber also lost a parent, and that was traumatic, of course. And then Amber had a Fenty addiction. And so Amber talks about how she tried to, you know what, it says on the screen, with Fenty. And I didn't know that that was the drug that she was doing. Like she says that she was trying to like suck on these patches and stuff like that. And so then she turns up in court begging to be put in prison because she knew that she wouldn't make it if she was able to still be free and still have access to these things. Honestly, I'm surprised that she made it being addicted to this. Like, let me see. Lethal dose of fentanyl. For those who don't know, it does not take much to succumb to an addiction to this particular, drug, because it is just so lethal. Okay. So let me pull this up for you guys. Since we are all here. Share my screen. Chrome tab, lethal dose. Voila. So you guys see this, right? Well, let me get rid of this. Now you guys can see this. Look how small your dose of this has to be in order for you to, like, this is it. This is all you need to take. So to me, it's quite interesting, like, that she managed to survive this for so long. Like, how? Because it is just so damn lethal, this drug. It really is. It's interesting to me. I'm so happy that she managed to overcome it, because that's so scary and that is so dangerous, So it was nice to see that Amber was paired with Kaya to be able to share her own side of the story. Fentanyl is 50% stronger than heroin. Like, it's crazy to me that she survived that, especially as young as she is. Like, older people who are messing with this don't know how to do it properly to where they're not, you know what I mean? So, like, for her at that age to be making it, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do you remember the video of the police officer who came in contact? Yes, exactly. Just by accident. Like, yeah. So to me, it's crazy to me that someone can have an addiction to this and, still make it. I wanted to put this up from Shakis. So sorry for your loss, Shakis. She says, my 19-year-old little sister died from a fentanyl overdose. Amber's very lucky to be alive. It's true. Like, this stuff is just so lethal, you guys. So the fact that Amber managed to survive this is insane, especially at her young age and with how she was battling with thoughts of ending her own life and everything like that. You know what I mean? So she very easily could have, with something that is so lethal that all you need is this, less than the size of your pinky fingerprint to, to succumb to the addiction. It's wild, you guys. It really is. So they bond over the loss of their fathers and everything. And so that was a really beautiful thing to see. And then I don't know where this question came from, but Dr. Drew asked them about childhood abuse, SC actual abuse. And that to me was just, it was just such a sensitive topic that I don't know that it was like, you know what I mean? I feel like I don't know that it was appropriate to just spring it on them. You guys let me know in the comment section. Was it appropriate for Dr. Drew to just ask this out of the blue? Like, was it okay to ask that? Like, I feel like they should have kind of been like briefed a little bit about the fact that this might come up, but like, it didn't really connect to anything. It kind of got asked out of the blue because at that point they were just talking about how their fathers had passed away or whatever. So like, how was it that like we got from point A to point B, which is just so drastically different from where it was that we initially were at. But again, I digress. Yes, you guys, head over to realitytvmerch.com for cool reality merch like this. This is from RHOA. And please give this stream a thumbs up if you are enjoying it. So we get into that topic at this point, you guys, okay? And then Amber and Tiaja both say that they suffered from childhood SE actual abuse. And then Tiaja just broke my heart when she was talking about how it happened more than once by multiple people, by men and by women. Like, how, like, what? How is this possible? Like, how did her parents not know that this was happening? Did they care that this was happening? Like, what were they doing? Like, I've never. So you guys who've been like OG watchers of the show, did we ever see Tiaja's parents? Because the only thing I know about her parents is that they don't like care for her because she is LGBT. So I never seen them or anything like that. So where did this come? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why? Like, how does this happen? Like, were her parents letting it happen, or were they just so irresponsible that they didn't know the signs to look for? They didn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really wonder, were her parents on drugs? Were they like trading her off for drugs? Like, I'm really curious about this because the fact that this was happening so often to this poor little girl, this poor child, is not normal to me. You know, I feel like something is off about the parents for this to have happened so frequently with her. You know, like this is so sad. It was so sad. Honestly, I was sick to my stomach. I really was. I was sick to my stomach because this is just not fair, you guys. This is just not fair. I can't, I can't believe that this happened to her. I can't believe that this happens to children. It's horrible. It really is. It's so sick, My God. That's why it's so good that that Duggar guy, that Duggar creep, has been convicted. He's facing up to 40 years. Honestly, I feel like these people don't deserve human rights. Once you're convicted of something like this, I feel like they should just take you out back and get it over with, because these people are just not human. You know what I mean? Like, it really is sad. It is really disturbing. It's really sick. I just felt sick. Anyway, you guys. Oh, by the way, in between all of this, we got a preview for the Teen Mom family reunion thing, that special that they're doing. And so that was kind of nice to see. I am looking forward to watching that show. Again, if you haven't already, check out Shan in Van's reaction. She did a reaction to the trailer. But yeah, I will be recapping that show. And yeah, keep an eye out for it, you guys. Keep an eye out. It looks very interesting. I think Farrah was very cute and quirky in the way that she presented it and everything like that. So I am interested in seeing the dynamics. If you guys watch my reaction, I also did a reaction to this yesterday. Leah Messer from Teen Mom 2, her boyfriend joins in on that like Teen Mom house. So it is going to be interesting to see their dynamics. The show starts January 11 or January 15. I'm not sure which one it is, but it starts at one of those. So we're going to be able to see that together. So you guys, thank you all so much for being here. Shan, thank you so much for being an amazing moderator. Again, you guys, that is Shan in Van, to check out her thoughts on the trailer as well if you want a different perspective. She's so funny. And please subscribe to her channel as well. Shan, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I need to start pinning it in the description box of my videos. I will. Please subscribe to Shan's channel as well, you guys, okay? That is all for now, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. I actually have a live coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hopefully I'll see you then. It's about the Astro World tragedy. I've got our lawyer friend Stephanie from Wine and Chill coming to give her legal expertise opinion about the $10 billion lawsuit and more that he's facing. See you guys. Bye.